Hello friends, we are prepping to have 26 of us, I think, for dinner tomorrow. So to make things easier on myself today, we're gonna get a few things prepped. That means making dinner tonight in the Instant Pot. This is a pot roast. We're gonna put it in there, probably with some pepperoncinis, and make like a Mississippi pot roast so that we don't have to get the stove all dirty. I meant to put this in the morning. The day has just gotten away from me. It is now 2 o'clock, so we're doing it in the Instant Pot, and I'm gonna do barbecue and make some cornbread, I think, just to, cause we gotta keep moving on. This time of year tends to move really fast, and I'm partnering with Fred Meyer to slow down and make intentional special moments for our family throughout the holiday season. The thing is, there really is no need for big and fancy all the time. A few ingredients turned into cozy snacks to enjoy while hanging out. Some warm and delicious hot chocolate, and cracking private selection holiday nuts becomes a reason to gather. Every holiday season, there's the moment when you realize the best memories aren't the big plans, they're the little ones that you make along the way. And sometimes I need a moment just for me, to make my own special holiday moments. Head to Fred Meyer this holiday season to help you slow down, savor the season, and gather up a few supplies to make magic in the everyday. Okay, yesterday I bought these flowers.
Are they all going in that one?
Nope. I'm gonna make a couple different flower arrangements. I love arranging flowers. I just think it's so fun. I like using tape to kind of create a grid. And then, oh man, I forgot to put the water in first. So I've created a grid there. That'll just help me get the structure. I went with reds and greens. This is for a fall dinner, but we're so close to Christmas, I feel like it'll kind of hit with both. But I did get some yellow flowers to kind of make it a little bit more fall. I had an entire other like flower arrangement picked out. It was more like pinks and oranges. I just wasn't feeling it, so I laid it down to the side and then just made a new arrangement, which is the flowers I have now, and I was like, oh, I'm so much happier with it. I was just having a really hard time. I always just start with one bunch of flowers and then walk around and try and find things that coordinate. This is more of a monochromatic, like one color with some green accents this time. Anyways, I have dreams. Cut this open first. Lay everything out. Okay, so here we have it all laid out. I'm hoping to make 3 arrangements, but I would also be just happy with 2. Gotta do a lot of cutting to make them fit in the vases. And if any flowers are gonna be down in the water, you gotta just take them out because they'll get nasty and make everything nasty really quick.
What do you mean? That doesn't make sense. Like,
if anything has a leaf that's down in the water, you cut it off. Like you wouldn't want this in the water because it'll make your stuff gross really fast. I'm realizing I didn't get that many like actual flowers, but that's okay, we'll make it work. Like this one has a lot of leaves, that would be I like a really full arrangement, so we may only end up with 2. But you can do a lot with just a few flowers when you start adding the greenery in. Okay, looking pretty sparse, but now let's add some of the greenery. And I think these we can probably cut in half, because they're so long. Okay, I think that's looking pretty. We'll work on another one, and then if we have more, we can come back and add some more. Probably need some more carnations. I don't always love carnations, but I thought these little tiny ones were cute. Okay, I'm gonna get some fresh water in this one. All right, this is where we have to decide, would we get more bang for our buck with one really full giant arrangement or two smaller ones? But I think this one might be more dramatic. Just looking for my tape. I lost it somewhere in the flowers. Kitchen smells like barbecue sauce. Okay, I'm realizing these flowers, they're kind of small, so they don't add a ton. Let's see, cut a little bit off, remove some leaves. I do have a third smaller vase in case I decide that I want to, if I have enough to make some more. Just try and make sure like each flower is kind of in different spots around, and then I go in with greenery. Okay, I'm gonna try a third smaller one. If I hate it, I'll just pull everything out and add them to the other two and make them more full. There's not enough stuff for this. So, we're gonna stuff this stuff into the other two. Just make these ones more full. Way too tall. Those are meant to be tucked down in. No, you don't need it.
Nope, that's bad.
So what do you think you would need to do to change it? It's just too tall.
Can't see it.
But I think this is still up too high.
Then cut it off.
Add these two little yellow balls in.
50% off calendars on Shutterfly.
I know, I need to do our family calendar. See if Blurb allows you to sell calendars. It's just a tad too long, and then I think we are done. I like odd numbers, like 3 and 5, for like these things that stand out a little bit more. It's just more pleasing to the eye. Pretty. Those are gonna be fun. I like the little pops of yellow and these, the red and green variation. Very fun. That one needs to be cut just a little bit, but mark that off my list. Almost. Still gotta clean this up. You can also look up Good Living Alaska because they sell a calendar.
This the print?
Yeah, that's what I use. But do you have to, can people like print on demand, or do you have to print them off and send them? Yeah, it needs to be print on demand unless you want to package them and send them out.
Do you have more money?
It'd be less money because you gotta figure out the packaging and more time. trying not to be in the kitchen for the whole day tomorrow. I will cook some things tomorrow, and Bennett's gonna make rolls, but I'm going to try and cook a few things today and just have them ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm gonna make some stuffing. I have never really made stuffing completely from scratch, I don't think. Always use like breadcrumbs or some sort of mix. So we're gonna try, see how it turns out. And I make 2 stuffings because we have, one of the friends cannot have gluten, so we need to just accommodate for that. So the base ingredients will be the same, but then we'll use different bread crumbs. We'll work really hard to keep them separate. She's not like deathly allergic, and so like she says it just gives her a stomach ache, so we're gonna do our best to make sure we just have some stuff that she can have. I decided to go with the trusty chopper. Yep. These onions are making me cry. In all honesty, I'm feeling kind of emotional today, so a good cry could probably be a good thing.
Okay, let's see if we can slide this together.
When were nickels made out of silver?
Oh wait, we got this backwards, Everett.
Hey-oh. It's crazy. This one gets bigger than...
Okay, now we can go in and lock them all. Violet, are you gonna plan the turkey? Okay, lock it down. Violet, are you gonna plan the turkey bowl?
No way.
Feels like we're gonna have a turkey
3, 2,
lunch.
1, go! Mom, what is onions for?
Cooking them up right now.
Wait, so say, what do you do here?
We didn't show it, but we ate dinner, and then it was time to get started on our stuffing for the next day. I'm putting the cubes of bread into the oven to get them kind of crisped up, almost like a crouton. And then I am cooking the onions and celery in butter. I'm also getting started on my cranberry sauce. At first I was just going to make a little bit, but then I decided to make the entire bag of cranberries into cranberry sauce. And then I got the idea that I was going to make a bunch of different types of cranberry sauce. So we will be making cranberry sauce that is chunky, and then I will be making the gelled cranberry sauce, and then I'm also going to be adding some oranges to some of it to make different flavors of cranberry sauce. We're going to have 5 different types of cranberry sauce. I was also able to use some of the herbs that I freeze dried from our garden that were the perfect flavors for Thanksgiving: sage, thyme, rosemary. So this just became a process throughout the entire evening, making sure that the bread was getting crispy and then could be made into stuffing. Are you helping us get ready for tomorrow? By rearranging the cans?
No.
Good job. Back in the kitchen, I peeled the oranges, and then I took some of the liquid out of the cranberry sauce to put in with the oranges. I was going to blend them up to then add back into the cranberry sauce. I love that flavor of cranberries and oranges together. Back over to the oven. The gluten-free croutons were nice and crispy now, so it was time to take those out. I put them into the Vitamix. Now this Vitamix blender is for dry ingredients. That's a separate little container that we have. I don't use it very often, but definitely helpful for turning these croutons into smaller bits. Then it was time to add in the celery and onion mixture and some chicken broth to bring it all together. Back over to the stove, I took some of the cooked cranberry sauce and strained it out. This will be a jellied cranberry sauce for our first round. Yeah.
Mommy, Dad.
Sweetie.
Mom.
I believe this bowl was my Grandma Violet's. It's got these sunflowers on the side, so I'm excited to use it. I think my mom gave it to me this summer. Let's take good care of it. Hopefully nobody hurts it. I'm gonna let this cool for a few minutes before I put it in there. It always seems kind of funny. You make croutons to then pour chicken broth all over them to like make stuffing.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to make croutons, but my bread wasn't dry enough.
Yeah.
So you essentially make croutons. One is jelly, just cranberry sauce, so I strained it. This one's chunky. And then this one is going to have orange, because your mom always makes it with
Does
orange.
not have any lemon or something? It smells good.
No lemon.
Or orange.
That one has orange.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it in until it's cooled a little bit. I don't want to ruin this bowl.
Yeah.
Here, take it. Taste. That's just plain. Violet wants some too.
Adele.
You like it?
It's good. I don't really taste. It's subtle. The orange is subtle.
I put a lot in there.
It's sweeter.
Thank
I like
you.
it. I like how that one it kind of tastes like feel the raspberries
Cranberries.
or the cranberries. Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
And then we'll add the cranberry sauce from the can to complete it.
Okay.
It may have been overkill to make this many different types of cranberry sauce, but they were all so tasty. What is your preference? I always grew up having it out of a can, but Mark's mom always made it fresh, so it's nice to have options. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I had a lot of emotions building throughout the day, and I was tempted to edit this out, but I do think it's important to acknowledge that sometimes when you're grieving, you never know when it's going to hit you. There can be things like holidays that are very triggering of those emotions, and sometimes you just got to let it out. You got to move through those feelings. I was grateful to have things to keep me busy, but I also knew that I needed to feel those feelings. I decided to leave it in here as a reminder that, sometimes life is hard and we never know when those feelings are going to hit, but it's okay to feel those feelings and then keep moving forward and keep just doing the best that we can. So I took a few minutes, blew my nose, washed my hands, and got back to work on this homemade stuffing for our guests that were going to be coming over the next day. Better to get these feelings out than to let them build up and boil over.
Wait,
what's this?
Still has to be cooked.
What's all this?
You gotta, because you gotta bake
you have to find
Go
the
just
truck.
type.
You have to find the truck.
That's good. I like the flavor.
Okay, will somebody switch those pans off for me? What's your plan, Bennett, for what's your plan for rolls?
I'll make them before we leave.
Okay. So here's the game plan for tomorrow. I gotta do mashed potatoes. Mark is doing turkey. Bennett is doing the rolls. And then I will do some like appetizers, charcuterie board, bacon wrapped dates. Those are my favorite. And then the kids clean the playroom. They also clean the downstairs bathroom. Mark cleaned the upstairs bathroom. So that's good. We need to tidy the entryway for the guests still. We need to get a few extra chairs. And we've got guests bringing pies, so we don't have to worry about those. Sweet potato casserole, corn casserole, ham, pumpkin pie. So we're just kind of doing the main food, and then people are bringing extras. So I think we're set, but kitchen is clean. I'm gonna call it a night. 8:30. That feels nice to be done at 8:30 tonight. Emotionally and physically drained a little bit for reasons that I've explained as I've done this video. But cooking and trying these new recipes and just working through everything, it still felt good. I like hosting. I like that I have the energy to host, but those feelings are just there. And so, gotta work through them.
It is 10:30 at night and I'm ready to go to bed, but we're trying to get these turkeys ready for tomorrow. So we got a 12 and a 15 pounder. I'm opening up the skin here. We got them ready. We're gonna put some salt and some other stuff in here and let them just kind of sit all night in the garage where it's 40 degrees. Oh, good. Everett's looking for the seasonings I was looking for.
Got the Everglades.
Oh, good. Thanks.
And maybe this
No,
one.
we're not going to use that. We're going to use some Everglades
I'm
and
gonna-
some salt and garlic salt for just tonight. Okay.
Are we cooking on tonight? Are we cooking them today?
Oh, I'm getting them ready. We're busy. Kind of busy this year, so I didn't have time to do a full-on brine of these turkeys. So I'm going to do what's called a dry brine, where you take some salt and spices and other stuff, and you coat the turkey the night before and let it just kind of soak in overnight before you cook it. So got some salt, 2.5 tablespoons, pepper, take some garlic powder and a couple herbs. Should be good. Also adding in some of our rosemary and our thyme in here. Good, nice. And mix these all up. There we go. All right, we're gonna stick these off in the garage now that they're seasoned up. All right, there we go. All right, turkey number 2, putting it to bed for the night. We'll see these in the morning. We're gonna fire up the grill.
Good morning, friend. We have had a little bit of an exciting morning here. We had a 6.0 earthquake that lasted a very long time. Thankfully, nothing happened, nothing broke, nothing fell over, but it just was one that like went and then didn't stop. It just kept going. It's one that really reminds you like, okay, there are earthquakes. The windows were flexing.
You could hear the wood. It's like,
Yeah, you could hear it. So, Bennett is getting started on his rolls, trying a new recipe, which maybe, hopefully it's okay. Careful, the dishwasher's open. Is Bennett good at juggling?
No.
No, yes he is.
Like that.
Yeah, those are potatoes.
Whoa.
Can you say potato?
Whoa, what's that?
Whoa, those are turkeys. Daddy's gonna put those on the smoker in a few minutes.
by the way, should we put our aprons on? What's your apron?
Puppies. Puppies?
Pop.
Or you could wear the flower one.
Mommy.
So we should wash it.
Yeah, you wanna help make rolls?
Yeah.
Okay, come on up.
What are we making?
Bread.
But.
What'd she say? Pie? Somebody else is bringing the pies. You're gonna love today. It's gonna be your favorite day because there's gonna be pie and pumpkin pie.
Whoa. Ow.
You love pie.
After a really good night's sleep, I woke up really happy and ready to tackle the day on Thanksgiving Day. I was very grateful to have Bennett's help in the kitchen making the rolls. Other family members took on other roles as well, but as you probably know, if you've been here for a while, Bennett is our resident bread maker. He is so confident when it comes to bread. He just has a feeling for it, for like the rise of it and mixture, like when is the dough kind of ready to stop adding flour and things like that. He's just really gotten that down. So he was happy to take over the roll making. I gave him a brand new recipe and just crossed my fingers that it would turn out, but I was pretty confident that he could make it work. I love how nonchalant he is as he's making his bread. Doing a Rubik's Cube.
Time to step outside and start the smoker.
I'm really glad that Mark took on the job of smoking the turkeys. We started doing our turkeys in the smoker a few years ago, and once you've had a really good smoked turkey, it is hard to go back to anything else because if it is done right, it is just so flavorful and well done. It's usually like a really slow cook, so it doesn't overcook the turkey and dry it out. It just gives it such a good flavor. So Mark is doing his job out here in the freezing cold to make sure we have some yummy turkeys.
The family has headed out to go play football at a turkey bowl with some friends from church. I'm going to stay here and just keep working through things, getting the tables ready, making sure we have everything we need. I also think I'm going to make another batch of rolls. Bennett did a good job, but I want to just make sure we have enough. 26 people. I think he has 48 rolls. I'm not sure that'll be enough. 2 rolls per person. So we only extend these big tables out to their full capacity a couple times a year. And every time I do it, I think I need to order tablecloths that will actually cover this table and cover this table. See, it's like a few inches short. I do have a tablecloth on the way. It didn't arrive in time from my favorite company, Geometry, that sells my dish towels. So hopefully one of those, that will fit this table. I just ordered the largest size. But by the end of today, I'm going to measure this table and make sure that by next holiday, I have something that will cover it. I do have 2 of this one. Kind of Christmassy, but it's just trees. So I'm gonna put it on that table because I wanted to have a tablecloth. This table has been through a lot. Lots of coloring on it, lots of markers. So I want to just cover it to make it look a little bit more presentable. All right. Hopefully there'll be somewhere for everyone to sit. Violet found a new pantry area to organize, huh? You finding stuff? Yeah. Lids. Those are lids.
Bennett's dough rose beautifully while he was off playing football. He did ask me to step in and help him make the rolls since we had never shaped rolls this way before. And I was happy to step in and give him a hand.
So this is supposed to make 24 rolls.
I was dealing with half the dough, and so I actually measured it out and then divided it by 24 and found out that it needed to be about 66 grams per roll. And then we pinched it in the bottom kind of to create that ball shape and then rolled it around in our hand. So I just went ahead and started measuring out dough balls. And then Bennett got a little bit distracted and went over and helped Hunter with his project of taking care of the potatoes before coming back to join me and shaping all the dough. So I measured it all out, made sure they were even. I just really thought it would be fun to have very nice and even rolls for once, because usually our rolls are kind of all different shapes and sizes. So we worked together to get those all nice and shaped the same. And then I worked on getting my stuffing ready to put in the oven.
Come with me and do some Thanksgiving ASMR.
Looking good.
At this point, I really knew that Bennett's rolls were going to be amazing and we wouldn't have enough. So I made round 2 and refilled the flour jar so that we can keep Bennett making bread.
It's time to check on the turkeys. They've been at it for a couple hours. See how they look. Hey, it's looking good. Internal temperatures 156. I needed to get about 160, 165, and then we'll probably pull it.
At this point, it was go time. We got the potatoes on the stove to boil. These are going to become mashed potatoes. We started putting rolls into the oven. I feel like no matter how early you start making all your food, right at the end, there's just a lot going on as you're getting everything ready to go. You just keep moving forward, checking things off your list, getting things into the oven. And then by the time the guests arrive, it's time to just enjoy the party.
All right, Mark is taking over making gravy. Our potatoes are almost done. After we finish the rolls, we'll put in these stuffing or dressing. I guess they're not stuffing because we didn't stuff them in the bird. And then we'll cook our last set of rolls when people arrive.
And probe said we hit 165, which is a little earlier than I was hoping for, but I'm going to test it and then see if we need to take it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing I did another check, because this is definitely not done. Needs a little bit more.
Those look great. Make sure they're done. Oh yeah, they're done.
All right, you guys, these rolls turned out amazing. Did we have any doubts? Not really, but measuring them out and rolling them, and then they just turned this perfect golden brown. Bennett is brushing them with some butter just to top them off and make them shiny.
Okay.
They were perfection.
Well,
The look.
gotta put them on a. You just use a straws and.
Whoa.
Ooh, they're really good.
Maybe it's just a butter on the outside. It was good. Not really good.
This recipe came off of a video that I just happened to see on Instagram and thought that they looked really good. So I'll write out the recipe down in the description below. But 5 stars for Bennett and 5 stars for the recipe.
Wow, those are just like perfectly brown too.
These ones aren't as.
That'll be good too. They're definitely done. I checked. I'm gonna do the mashed potatoes in batches because there's a lot of them. And then I think I'm going to put them in a crock pot to just keep them warm.
There is just something so satisfying about making these mashed potatoes with the potatoes that we grew in our garden this summer. We're really grateful to have had a good harvest and be able to use them for our Thanksgiving dinner. It just feels like a proud moment to be able to serve our guests things that we grew in our garden. So I am mixing them up in the mixer because I find that it just makes them nice and creamy, adding some cream and butter and salt just to make them taste good. And we're going to put them in the crock pot to keep them hot so that we can enjoy them with our turkey and gravy and all those good fixings.
To make one more round of those potatoes.
Yeah, but they mostly
You
want.
grew these, hon.
Yum. They're
You
mo-
planted these and
Me and Dad did.
Next up on the menu was bacon wrapped dates. Sometimes I stuff them with almonds. I think that's really good. This time I just simply took half a piece of bacon, wrapped it around a medjool date, put them in the oven till they get nice and crispy, and they are perfection.
You just pull it right here and balance it. I'm gonna pull the turkey off.
ooh, those look good.
Yeah. Stick that. Oh, that's hot. There we go.
Good.
Got it? Yep. Okay, cool.
You gotta slice it. No, you gotta slice it along the can lines. Come on. Okay, time to do the other set of rolls because they're gonna be popular.
We opted to have Thanksgiving around 2 o'clock before it got too dark outside, so it was almost dinner time and our guests were about to arrive, so we needed to just put the last few finishing touches on our meal. And that included getting the turkey ready. Mark let it rest for a while and let all those good juices just sit in there, and then it was time to cut it up and get ready for our big meal. As Mark is cutting up these beautiful turkeys, I just want to take a moment and express gratitude that we have for our YouTube family here, all of you that watch our videos, that cheer us along, that leave us really kind comments, send us emails, and just pray for us. We feel your love, we feel your support, and we are so grateful for it. Every day and throughout the holiday season, we just feel it tenfold as you're sending us Christmas cards and all of those things. So thank you for being here and enjoying our videos and cheering us along. Your support keeps me picking up the camera and sharing little bits of our life here in Alaska, and our hearts are so full of gratitude for each and every one of you. And doesn't this spread just look so beautiful and delicious?
You know what they call this in England? Squirty cream.
This will put our sturdy cream.
Let me grab some.
Good now.
This stuff doesn't last more than a day at my house.
No, they just.
Well, friends, yesterday was wonderful. After a good night's sleep, I was much less emotional and just ready to have a wonderful day. And everybody pitched in, and we had such a nice dinner together. It was so nice to have the house full of friends and family. Everything's back to normal. We're just back down to our one little table here. It was just so nice to have it all full, and the food was great. The company was amazing. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We are so grateful for each and every one of you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. The holidays continue.